G'day everyone, I'm off on a trout fishing adventure today, down through there.
For goodness sake, Robbie, will you hurry up and use those lures people sent you?
Right, now today I'm going trout fishing with a lure that I've never used on this channel. I'll tell you more about it when I get down to the creek. That's the track I drove in on. My car is parked about 200 or 300 metres up there, and now I'm going to walk down through here, through this jungle, armed with my mini machete, and make my way to the creek. And I can tell you now the creek's pretty high, because if you listen, I don't know whether the camera picked that up or not, but you can hear the creek quite clearly from here, and I'm a good couple of 100 metres from the creek, so there's a fair bit of water pushing through. Anyway, let's get adventuring. There's no guarantee I'll even be able to get into here. I haven't fished in here for probably, it must be 20 or 30 years. I do fish upstream a bit each season, maybe once or twice, so if I can get in through here, I'll know where to get out, because I'll walk up to the bit where I usually fish. Certainly slow going. It's just getting thicker and thicker and damper. It's becoming more like a wall. I might break my rod in half and just see if that helps make it a bit easier to carry through. Oh, gee. I've done this a million times in a million different places, but this is certainly right up there as one of the worst. Now I've got blackberries. Blackberry be gone. Ugh, I better catch a fish for this. I better be rewarded. Thankfully we don't have bears in Australia. Now if I was a betting man, I'd nearly bet that this is the last time I fish this spot for a while. Oh, this is murder. Getting steeper and steeper, wetter and wetter, leachier and leachier looking. I've never been so puffed climbing downhill. I can see quite a long line of sunshine down there, which indicates that that's a bit more open. I reckon the creek's closer than I think. The creek is in sight. It's about 10 metres away. 10 muddy metres. Now look at that. I'm here. I'm in. It's freezing cold, but I'm in, and I'm going to get to the other side over there into the sun. Probably going to get water in my boots right from the start. It's an adventure. Right, well I'm in. It took about half an hour of bush bashing. I've had a quick look and I can't see any leeches on me, so hopefully I'm leech free. But one of the reasons I went to so much trouble to come down through all there is to try and find water that hasn't been fished yet. It's the start of the trout season, there's lots of people out fishing, and I just wanted to find something that wasn't second-hand water. Now the only footprints I can see here are my own. That's not to say I won't come across any further upstream, but for now it's looking good. And this is a gerber. I bought this at Anaconda in Albury. That's a gerber. It's like a mini machete, and it was actually very, very handy coming down there then. Anyway, what am I using? I am going to be putting this through its paces today. It's a Reel It In minnow. These were sent to me by Zeppelin Allen down in Gippsland. Zepp's a really good friend of mine. He's an absolute champion young fella. We get along really well, and I get along really well with Zepp's old man, who looks very much like me, big and bold with a beard. Anyway, Reel It In. I've got the Sniper X50 and the Sniper X40. The one I've got on my line now is the Sniper X40, and the colour is called, Cobalt. So I'm using the Reel It In Sniper X40 in Cobalt colour. These were sent to me by Zepp. I don't know these people at all. I don't know who stocks them or where you can find them. I know there is a website, reelitin.com.au, so you can go to reelitin.com.au and look it up there. This one here is 2.5 grams, 40 millimetre, 50 millimetre, 55 mil overall length. That must include the bib. It's a suspending minnow. Anyway, Reel It In minnows. Let's go fishing. One fellow on it, he's on it, got him! Well, I took a few casts. Nice little rainbow. I'll just lift him over here. Right, I'm on the board. On the board with the reel it in minnow. It took a few casts for him to come out. Maybe he was at the top of the pool and didn't see it, I don't know. But anyway, I'll get a quick photo. I'll put it back. Reel it in, Trout. See you later, mate. Off he goes, a bit groggy. He's right, he's off. Oh, there he goes, beautiful. I'm on the board. I've got to admit, I was getting a little bit worried then because I fished a really nice pool just where I started. Didn't see any fish. And then I'd made a few casts into here and didn't see any fish. I'm thinking, hello, I think I've come to a bad spot. But that's given me a renewed hope. If there wasn't a fish in this hole, then there's always going to be problems. Now what I'd done, I made 3 or 4 casts straight in and nothing came out. So with that last cast that caught the fish, I started sort of twitching it like that. These suspending minnows, you can twitch, and especially the metallic coloured ones like this, and they will sort of reflect the bright light. Because it's such a bright silver colour, as you twitch it, it'll reflect beams of light through the water and help attract fish. There's a bit of a rub tree there where we can see a sambar deer's been rubbing. That would be my guess anyway. They love to rub on small trees, just a couple of inches around like that. Got him! Good, another little rainbow. This is a bigger one. This is a lovely rainbow, this one. Look at that. Now notice how I just lift it straight up. Some people say to me you should carry a landing net so that you don't lose so many. If I was worried about losing this fish, I wouldn't lift it straight up like that. If I really wanted to catch it, I wouldn't be holding it above the water like this. I'd be taking my time and being very careful. Talk about being careful. Rainbow trout and minnows with treble hooks are not a good combination. You've always got to be so careful. Here's a lovely trout. See you later, mate. Keen to go. He's just sitting there in the current, getting his strength up. There it goes. Awesome. He was a lovely fish. That was a really nice rainbow. Now there's going to be a slight change to the video quality here. I've just changed my settings. I was filming at 2.7K resolution, 30 frames a second. I'm now doing 2.7K, 60 frames a second. 60's better because it provides better slow motion, better for releases. If a fish jumps out of the water, I'll get a bit of slow motion of it. But it really slows the editing process down a lot because they're bigger files. Got to be a fish sitting in there. He's on, he's a nice fish too. Suspending minnow, I can twitch it. Pause it and twitch it. I'm not sure who I'm trying to emulate here, Tarzan or George of the Jungle. Ugh. Ugh. Shit. There's one following it. Got him. Oh, he hit it. This could be a bit of a challenge to get past. Well, I'm puffed, but I'm through. Now let's catch a fish in this pool. Or not. Oh, I've unfollowed it. He came in too late, so he might come back out if I'm lucky. Now. Definitely had a follow there then. Oh, he's still there. I think it's a brown actually. I'll twitch it a bit. He's following it. He's did it. Got him. Ha! It is a brown. I was right. There you go. Lovely little brown trout. So much easier to hold for a photo. Got a little brown trout. Off you go. Go on. Well, I've decided that I'm going to change to a different colour. I'm going to go to a darker colour. This is quite blue and shiny. I'm going to go to something a bit more natural because the water is quite clear. So I'll change. I'm going to the same lure. It's the Sniper X40. This colour is called Goblin. The Sniper X40 in Goblin colour. Righto, the Goblin is on, and it's on with a loop knot. Hey, who wants to see what I carry around with me in my bag real quickly? I know people like to see this sort of stuff, so I'll run through it real quickly. What's in my fishing bag? I've got 4 of these lures that I'm trying out, the Sniper X. I've got this container here, which has my spare camera batteries for this DJI action camera. It's an asthma puffer, some spinners in there, and some soft plastics and jig heads, just in case I decide I want to fish with them as well. A hand saw, a collapsible hand saw that folds open if I can do it with one hand, to help me get through the log jams. My little Gerber machete, Gerber, whatever you want to call it. I've got a pair of pliers, pocket knife, and I've got an extra head strap for my camera. It's a GoPro head strap, because the strap that I'm currently using is getting a bit stretched. My fat head stretches them, and I actually go through a couple of head straps each year. So I'm carrying a spare one. And that's it. Now let's keep fishing. New tree, new me. Jeez. Puffed. I'm pretty sure that this is where I normally hike down to from the car, so I've got in here heaps of times. So that bit there, I haven't fished there for probably 20 or 30 years, I reckon. But from here up, I fished here last season. And I could run into footprints now too. I'm surprised I haven't seen a trout in there. That's deep, deep. Oh, there he is. Got him. Oh, that was like a cod strike. That was quite a nice rainbow. He grabbed it just as I lifted it out of the water. He must have come up from the depths at the last minute. He's back. Look. Got him. He done it again. 2 casts in a row. That's a lovely fish. Ha! That's the biggest trout today, and also the most exciting strike. Geez, he really wanted that goblin. He was trying to goblin it up. Come on, goblin grabber. I'm going to get a quick pick because you're a beautiful trout. Beautiful rainbow. Thank you for coming along and providing me with such an awesome strike. See you later, mate. That was unreal. I love that. Now that gave me an absolute buzz watching a rather large rainbow trout, or large for a little creek like this, come out and grab that minnow 2 casts in a row just as I was about to pull it out of the water. I love exciting trout fishing like that. There were scenes like that trout coming out and chasing my lure then. It's scenes like that, they're the reason that I like to shoot at 60 frames a second where I can. So I can slow it down and really show you the action. And then get home and review the file and see that the camera was pointing the wrong way and I didn't catch it anyway. Got him. Oh, I watched him come and grab it. My drag was too loose, look. When I hooked that big fish before, I loosened my drag. And then when that fish hit, then the hook didn't sit in its mouth. I blame that fair and square on my drag being too loose because I forgot to tighten it back up after I caught that larger trout. Here we go, look at this, footprints. Secondhand water now. That is why, see all the footprints, they're not mine, I've come this way. That is the very reason why I walked down from the access point and bashed my way through all that crap. I've had a ripper time fishing and now things could really slow down. Then again, I just had a fish hit my lure there. They might be last weekends, they could be the weekend just gone, but for whatever reason, whenever it was, I'm now entering some second-hand water. So that's why I done the hard yards and got in down there. It was well worth it. It was hard work, but it was worth it. Had I got in where the car is, the easy spot, I would have just walked straight into second-hand water. There's one following it. Take it. He's on it. Got him. Yes. Even though I'm in second-hand water now. So maybe it was last weekend that it was fished and not this weekend. Come on, mate. Settle down. Calm your farm. Calm your farm. He's taking the goblin. I won't worry about a photo of this one. I've got a few pickies. I'll just unhook him and put him back. Lovely little rainbow. See you later, mate. Awesome. Cool. So even though there's footprints, I'm finding fish. Well, it's nice here in the sun. I might just stop and catch my breath. I won't be going that much further because the get out point is just near here. But you may have noticed I'm using a different rod. I had my Crucius with my diver reel in it last time. Well, this time I've got a Shimano Vanford with a Shimano Sedona. In my last video I mentioned that, well, my last trout video, I mentioned that it was really loose and I needed to fix it in the middle here, and I haven't done that yet. So I brought this instead. The thing is, this is 7 foot long. This is my lake rod. I bought this a couple of years ago specifically for casting plastics and stuff in larger rivers or in lakes. It's great. It gives you much greater casting distance. But in these little streams, it can be much harder to work with because it's such a long rod. This place with the sun shining down is just absolutely beautiful. Let's take a moment to take it all in, to take in these beautiful surroundings. Just marvellous. Got him. Oh, nice. Oh, he got off. That was a nice fish. He was a really nice fish. What if I just twitch that around a bit up there, rather than just a straight retrieve? Nothing. There was one, followed it. There was one there. Oh, dear. This mud sinking up to my knees. Got him. Oh, nice fish. Nice brownie or a rainbow? Rainbow. That's a brown. The biggest brown I've caught today. See, I'll loosen my drag a bit now, but then I've got to remember to tighten it before the next fish hits. Come on, brownio. That is a lovely brown trout. What a great day I'm having. Absolute ripper of a day. Lovely brown trout. See you later, mate. Awesome. The Reel It In Sniper X. They catch fish, and that's about all I know about them. I don't know anything else about them. You can find them at reelitin.com.au, and a huge thanks goes out to Zeppelin Allen for sending me these to my mail time. Zep, you're a champion, mate. Thank you, Zep, and thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video.